my topic is applications of law of mass action and law of equilibrium. So dissociation of dinitrogen tetroxide, that is N2O4. When dinitrogen tetroxide is heated in a closed vessel, it dissociated. Dissociated means it break into NO2 and equilibrium established between them. Suppose this is N2O4. When it get heated in a closed vessel, it forms a product NO2, and it is the reversible reaction also. NO2 again forms N2O4. So in this reaction, on the basis of this reaction, we discuss two facts, that is effect of changing pressure and effect of changing concentration. So pressure, if this is the container and we apply pressure, then it has a law that when pressure get increase, volume get decrease. The space is a volume and it get decrease when pressure increase. So according to this law, we have to discuss both the topic. First topic is effect of changing pressure. Any change in pressure will change the volume, and consequently it will try to alter the value of K, that is equilibrium constant. When pressure is increased, the volume V decreases. This will try to increase the value of K. But the value of K is constant as long as the temperature is constant. Hence, it may be concluded that dissociation of N2O4 increases with decrease in pressure. So, next topic is effect of changing concentration of N2O4. If concentration, that is the number of moles of N2O4 get increases, the number of moles of N2O4 get increases. Means the molecules get increases, the molecule of N2O4 get increases. So more N2O4 dissociated into NO2, hence increases in the concentration of N2O4 will favor its dissociation. If we continuously increases the concentration of N2O4, then its dissociation also increase, and product that is NO2 also get increase, which is converted into NO2. And the concentration of N2O4 get increases when Na2 get converted into N2O4. Again, when NO2 get converted into N2O4, then the concentration of N2O4 get increases again. Hence, an increase in the concentration of NO2 will suppress the dissociation of N2O4. Means, if N2O4 get dissociated, then it form NO2. When NO2 suppressed, that means the molecule get again combined with each other, so the concentration of N2O4 again get increases. Now next is degree of dissociation. Degree of dissociation is defined as the fraction means upon, of total number of moles which undergoes dissociation. It is represented by alpha. That means alpha is number of moles of undergoing dissociation. Dissociation means separate. When the just two atom get separate and becomes atom from the molecule. So the number of moles of undergoing dissociation upon total number of moles. So the degree of dissociation, that is alpha, % dissociation upon 100. For example, let us consider this reaction. If in this reaction H2 is 25 moles, I2 is 18 moles, and 2 moles of HI is formed when both of these are combined. So at equilibrium, suppose 30.8 moles are there. This is the 30.8 moles. So if we divide by 2, because the molecule is 2, so if we divide by 2 30.8%, so we get 15.4 moles of HI. Now number of moles of H2 at equilibrium is 25 minus 15.4, because we just evaluate 15.4 from here. So we get subtract 25 with 15.4, we get 9.6. And likewise, number of moles of I2 at equilibrium have 18 minus 15.4, we get 2.6. Number of moles of HI at equilibrium is 30.8, as we know earlier. So now 9.6 upon V is H2, 2.6 upon V is I2, and 30.8 upon V is HI. On applying law of mass action, we have this formula because product is taken as the numerator and reactant taken as the denominator. So the value of these things put in the formula, and when we evaluate, the answer is 38 at the equilibrium constant. The equilibrium constant is 38. Now degree of dissociation for that reaction HI. For the reverse reaction means now product get reactant and reactant become product. So if we just evaluate this for this reaction, we have the value 1 upon 38. If we divide this thing, then we get 0.026. Now suppose this reaction is taken, first we just take the initial number of moles. So when the reaction get started, then 1 mole of this thing HI is there, and 0 moles of H2 and O2. When once reaction get started, then HI become 1 minus alpha, and this both of them become alpha upon 2. So according to the formula, we have HI 1 minus alpha upon V, H2 is alpha upon 2V, and I2 is alpha upon 2V. Now according to the law of mass action, we have this formula. Now we already find out K dash, which is 0.26. Now putting all the values in this formula, we get 0.307. So this is the degree of dissociation. Now come to the relationship between equilibrium constant, that is K, reaction quotient, that is Q, and Gibbs free energy, that is Z. What is the relation between G, Q and K? Let us found. We have already studied in thermodynamics that a reaction is spontaneous, that is continuous process, and spontaneous, which the reaction which take place automatically. The flow of water or the flow of anything is spontaneous and proceed in a forward direction. Only then value of G is negative. When the spontaneous reaction is there, value of G is negative. If the G is positive, the reaction is non-spontaneous. We have to pull the water from the well. So does not, so that type of reaction, when we just apply energy to do something or pull the water from the well, then it is known as non-spontaneous reaction and does not occur in the forward direction. However, it may occur in the backward direction. Once the water falls in the well, then or falls downward, we have to, if we want to take it upward, we have to apply energy for that. So that is the backward reaction or backward direction, because the reverse reaction will have a negative value of delta G. When delta G is 0, the reaction is in equilibrium. At this stage, no free energy is left to derive the reaction. So we have equation delta G is equal to delta Z 0 plus RT log Q. So delta Z naught is known as standard Gibbs free energy. At equilibrium, delta G is 0, Q is Kc, then this formula take place. Delta G naught is equal to minus RT log K. If in log K, we just take RT as the denominator of this side, so we have this thing, delta G naught upon RT. This is the negative. Now taking anti-log on both the side, we have this formula for the relationship between K, G and Q. So my question is for today, what is application of law of mass action, degree of dissociation and relationship between equilibrium constant, reaction quotient and Gibbs free energy? Thank you.